Hello and welcome to my open discussion. Today's topic will be covering screen time and its effects on students in the early childhood environment. There have been a ton of research regarding the subject, and many scholars and educational organizations have put in an exorbitant amount of time investigating whether or not exposing young children to computer screens and online platforms is detrimental to their health and well being. As a mother of three children, my personal opinion, I believe that screen time is actually useful and, in particular, beneficial because of the digital age that we live in. But I do believe that this time must be tempered with a responsible curriculum that incorporates in person social interaction and moderate physical activity. Much of the research that exists actually lends credence to my beliefs. In a published article on UNICEF.org, there was evidence suggesting that more time online is leading to less outdoor activity, reduced sleep quality, increased symptoms of anxiety, and unhealthy eating habits. In fact, a fantastic resource that can be used to find a large amount of information regarding the negative effects of excessive screen time for young children is healthychildren.org. They have articles that are written by the American Academy of Pediatrics speaking on this very issue. One such article is directly correlating poor eyesight in young children to excessive screen time. So, when we talk about the word excessive, what do we mean? Well, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, children are spending 7+ hours a day on screen based media. Although this figure refers to teens, children as young as 6 months old are being placed in front of screens. In fact, the AAP only recommended 2 hours of screen time per day for children over 2 and none for children under 2. Those, of course, were old guidelines that have been changed due to the explosion of our digital world and the introduction of things like COVID. Now there is more of the parent's choice scenario, meaning it's our responsibility as parents and caregivers to ensure that we make sure that children have social and physical interaction in between the screen usage. So the AAP recommends a simple formula that we can easily remember or set a simple timer to follow. It's called the 20-20-20 rule. And it simply means to look away from the screen every 20 minutes, focus on an object at least 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. So that, in addition to the fact that they believe that children should walk away from the screen for at least 10 minutes every hour, is how, the AAP is kind of giving guidelines now. So what else can we do to combat this problem? Per the article, the influence of young children's use of technology on their learning by Sin Lee. Some researchers believe that the use of technology may impede children's social, emotional, physical, and cognitive development. There are all sorts of sites that exist to assist the parents of young children and provide free and easily accessible ideas to modify learning and give tips and ideas of how to make responsible decisions regarding education and socialization. One such resource is Cox Campus. It gives small, modified trainings on how to speak and read to children from as early as the infant stages. Of course, they aren't the only resource. That there are many, such as NACE or the National Association for the Education of Young Children, or UNICEF.org, 0to3.org, and of course, as mentioned before, healthychildren.org. These organizations and their websites provide endless resources for the mental health, nutrition, and education of young children. Although we live in a digital world, it's important to make sure that our children still step out into the real world and experience its social and physical benefits. Spending less time on screens will assist with their physical and mental well being and ensure the proper socialization and emotional skills will be created. We must remember, as stated by Paul from the article, Baby Play Supports Infant and Toddler Social and Emotional Development. When children are older, when older children and younger children interact, an emotional bond is formed between children, and they form attachments to the older children and practice small muscle skills and gain a sense of competence. This would be impossible without real time social, physical interaction between children.